Hello and welcome. So, I'm going to take a look at the Times Quick Cryptic crossword, and this is being published on Wednesday, the 30th of July 2025. We've already rolled round to Teazel again, so this is Teazel's 15th puzzle of the year. A couple of puzzles a month, so roughly one every fortnight. Just looking back at my records, the majority of the Teazel puzzles have been in the 14 to 17 minute range. Did have a couple of sub-10s in there, a 7 and a 9 minuter, but also a 26 and a 31. I definitely think Teazel's one of the harder setters, but usually achievable. Just looking at these 6 downs though, no help on the first letters there. So, I don't think there's anything more to say really. It's time to crack on. So, swap skilled occupation. Nope. Age range for retirement. Exit is arranged before start of summer. Age retirement 60s, I think that is. Very good. Clothes become old. Stuff to throw away. Clothes to become old. Gosh. Let down by large debtor. I'd say easel, but no. Let down, relax. Debtor lower. Easy clue really. Member of Tea Party's implied threat. Don't think that's a hidden word. One has a blade decapitating wild pig. I assume that's a sow. Blade. Pig. Sow. Oh gosh, my brain's... to some extent, ignore conjunction. That looks like it should be. To some extent, it's just... To some extent. Nor, I suppose that is, yeah, nor. That's the conjunction in nor. I was looking across 2 words there. Splits up unmatched clothing. You see, that splits up is 6, plus 2 is up. Unmatched clothing, no. Offered pound for hammer. Hammer, chisel. Moving about USSR, Scotsman perhaps used this. Gosh, USSR, Ian would be Scotsman or Mac. Okay. I want to put Prussian there, can't be Prussian though, Russian. Maybe it's Russian. Perhaps use this Russian. Could be Russian, couldn't it? But I'm going to put that. I don't think it is, but because I don't see what the definition is really. Doctor, highly talented but not good. Failed settled. Trait, doctor. I don't think it's an anagram there, so doctor is DR, probably, or MO. Highly talented but not good is skilled. Failed settled. Turn around using wide part of foot. Turn around using what? Is that the bridge? Wide. Wide could be W, part of foot. Turn around wide. Okay, so it's a W. Arch, heel. I need a W in there, don't I? I'm not doing too well here. Adjusted damages agent effectively arrange. Okay, that must be anagram. Damages agent, mustn't it? What it is, it's a different matter. Effectively arranged, great. Agent. Looks like it might be a dog found briefly in experiment. It's a Labrador. Why is that? Found. Rador. Dog is a lab. Or rather, a dog is a Labrador. Laboratory. Briefly in experimental area. Found. Oh, I'll leave that like that for now. Put money on a second class mark. Put money in bet. Beta. Yep. Feature of derelict apps and court. Just now go with that, which will be, and court will be aspect, won't it? Scouts, form partner, give a new role in public relations. Explorer. Law, role, yeah. Okay, what's this? Complete against women's opinion, view, vi. Yeah. Grumpy about power increasing. Grumpy about power. SP. Aspera, curiously. Surprisingly. Uprising. Surprising. I can't even spell surprisingly. What's going on there? Grumpy about power increasing, curiously. Surprisingly. Grumpy. Power. Rising. Surly around prizing, I guess that is. P rising. Power rising, okay, got it. Unqualified having unchecked power. Unqualified having unchecked power, gosh. Give idea of unpopular decision to begin with. Give general idea. Gave general idea of unpopular decision is outlined, I think. Line there. Cut carefully around advertisement for, that's parade, isn't it? Pair, yeah. Parade. Concealed, conceited and idle. Gosh. Okay. Suns have scattered. What's this? Moving it. Oh, I think that's Russian, don't I? Is that going to be S? Suns is S. Own. S-own, yeah. So it must be Russian, I guess. This must be a wheel. Heel. Okay, that kind of. That's what I was getting at. I can only see that as being Russian, but I don't really understand the definition. Perhaps use this. Unless it's a different word. Ras. I can't see what it can be really. Russ Ian. Right, it's looking a bit happier. Separates. Splits up. Separates. Yep, okay, so that's the name, isn't it? When you've got different parts of things. That's an awl and a bore. Blade. Yep. Member of Tea Party's implied threat. Is that an anagram? I don't know if that's Labrador, do I? So it's looking happier on the right side at least. Swap skilled occupation. Swap is to skilled occupation. If we work this one out, I mean, I said the problem with the one downs without start letters in this case, actually, it's just this long anagram. Adjusted damages agent, let's see if I can get that from the anagram. DMGS. Damages. Another AE, gosh, there's lots of similar letters in this. Just have a look at this one. What's this? Dr. Highland talented, but not good. Failed to settle his. Highly talented, but not good. So a word for talented is going to be ED, isn't it? Probably. I'll put drafted. This can't be drafted, can it? This one, unqualified. Not going to get that from that. Member of Tea Parties. Bad water. Red. If that was red, I've got an R. I've got no R's in damages. What's that? Damages agent. So there's no R there. But well, we've got Mad Hatter. Mad Hatter. Member of Tea Party. Fair enough. Implied threat. Anagram of. Okay. It's a weird clue. I'll explain that one. managed. Okay, let's get rid of those letters. M-A-N-A-G-E-D, which leaves S, stage managed. Okay, that's a bit happier. Oh. Giraffe. What's this? Garb age. Old stuff, yep. Swap. Skill. Swap is to skilled occupation. Tease. Toes. These. Swap. Don't know about that. G. Offered pound for hammer. God, still don't know that one. Unqualified. Having unchecked power. Oh, is that Labrador? I guess that has to be Labrador, doesn't it? Well, it doesn't actually, because that A doesn't have to be there. Swap. Skilled occupation. Trace. Is it Labrador? Gave, gavel. Oh, they are gavel. Yep, gave, gavel. Conceited and idle. Vain. How do you spell vain? V-A-I? Yeah, vain. In vain. Drilled. Dr. Not failed to settle is drifted. Gifted and drifted, yep. Absolute, I guess unqualified is absolute, yep. I don't quite understand why having unchecked power. Yeah, absolute, I guess. Absolute power, so it just leaves these two up there. Once again, heading towards the 14 to 17 mark. What is this? Swap. Skilled. Tease. I wish I could understand this. Lab. Dog found briefly. If that's lab as a dog, well, dog is a Labrador, so found briefly in experimental area. Labrador. Trade. Okay, trade and a Labrador. Let's go with Labrador. I don't quite see that one. Door. Yes, 12:24. Good fast time there. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if there's that was hard. Not really. So yeah, to swap is to trade, and a skilled occupation is a trade. So that's a double definition. I like this one. Age range for retirement, where you probably are going to retire in your 60s, which is why there's a question mark in there, because you might go a bit earlier, might go a bit later. Got an anagram of exit is. Arranged is your anagram indicator, and then going before the start of summer, so put an S for summer on the end. Clothes are garb. Become old is to age. Stuff to throw away is garbage. To let down, yeah, to let down is to lower something. You lower it down. L for large, and then a debtor is an ower, someone who owes something. Right, this clue's an interesting one because this is a reverse definition anagram-y thing. I don't know what you call it. Member of the Tea Party. So the Mad Hatter is part of the Tea Party in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Implied threat. Well, threat is an anagram of Hatter. So mad is your anagram indicator, but it's implied because we're given the anagram first, and then we have to unsort it. Yeah, I can't remember what they call this. I think it's kind of like a reverse definition or something. Reverse clue. Anyway, a blade, an oar is a blade, for rowing. Decapitated a wild pig. Couldn't think of the word bore. A bore without the B becomes an oar. To some extent is your hidden word indicator that, and ignore is the word nor, which is a conjunction, which I think is short for neither or. Splits up is to separate, splits up, separates. Separate the naughty children, and unmatched clothing. In clothes store, you call them separates. So yeah, just different parts of clothing, so jumpers and skirts and trousers and whatever, but aren't matching, part of a matching suit or whatever. To offer, if you offer something, you gave it. Pound is L in Latin, in the days of pre-decimalisation, LSD, and a gavel is a type of hammer. You see judges using. Don't really understand this one in terms of the definition. Obviously, we've got an anagram of USSR, and we've got Scotsman is Ian, which gives us Russian. Moving about is telling us that we've got the anagram of USSR. Perhaps use this Russian. I don't understand what's going on there though. Maybe, well, so yeah, for if Ian was moving around in the USSR, Soviet Union, then he would have used a Russian. Is there some kind of vehicle I don't know of? Not sure. Anyway, on to 22. Doctor is DR, standard abbreviation. Talented is highly talented is gifted, but not good, so take the G off of gifted, which gives you overall drifted, which is failing to settle, failed to settle. Failed because it's ED, drifted. If you turn around, then you wheel about, using W for wide, and part of the foot is heel. So again, yeah, so actually I'm noticing that I couldn't think of or, I couldn't think, yeah, that one I got the wrong end of the clue, couldn't do this anagram. There's just lots of little things holding me up today, but actually it wasn't that tough, I'd say. Adjusted is your anagram indicator that damages agent is an anagram of stage managed, which is to have effectively arranged something. Now this one, laboratory, okay. Laboratory is a lab. A dog is a Labrador. I think that's the definition. I'm going to have a quick think to myself. I really cannot, that's the first clue in a long time that I've been able to entirely, just cannot understand at all. I would think found brutally is saying take a word that's word for found, synonym for found, and then take a letter off it, and then put it into an experimental area, which I can see as being laboratory. Briefly, labor. No, can't see what's going on there. Right, put money on is to bet on A, so put an A at the bottom of it, so on top of A, and second class mark is a beta. A feature is an aspect. Think of buildings, features, aspects. Derelict apps is an anagram of apps. Derelict is your anagram indicator, and then CT for court. Scout. A scout is an explorer. Form partner is an X. New role is an anagram of role, which is LORE, law, going into PR for public relations. To compete against is to vie. Women is W, standard abbreviation, and an opinion is a view. Actually, so here's another one I can't. Oh yes, I didn't actually work this out. So grumpy is surly, SURLY, going around P for power, and increasing is rising. Curiously is surprisingly. I think this is double definition. Absolute. Unqualified is absolute, and having unchecked power is absolute. I don't think there's anything more than that. Don't think we're taking a P out of anything. I think it's just double definition. Not sure about that one. What we got here? Gave general idea is to outline something, so it's a past tense, so it's outlined. Unpopular is out. A policy is a line. What's the line you're taking on this? And decision to begin with is the D on the end of it. To cut is to pair. P-A-R-E. Carefully around an advertisement, so AD for ad, advertisement, and a row of shops is a parade. If you're conceited, you're vain. You're always looking at your looks and things. You're vain about them. And idle means you did something in vain. Tried in vain to complete the crossword. But it doesn't mean you're idle, but it just means it's not working. It's idle. And sons is S. To have is to own, and sown is scattered. So that's the puzzle. yeah, can't really understand. Well, not entirely sure about absolute. No idea about Labrador other than what I've kind of thrown out there. But yeah, good time there on a decent puzzle for Teazel. Thanks for that.